All right, we in the house. All right, let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Happy Wednesday. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm a revenue acceleration coach. You now tuned into the self-esteem machine. You know what I mean? Ali is in the greatest of all time. Every morning we bring in your mindset, skill set, or heart set. Somebody give me a replay, gang. Give me replay, gang, if you're rocking with us. Make sure you join the newsletter. Every week in the newsletter, we give you mindset, skill set, and heart set that's designed to help you go further, faster, with less effort. Ain't that incredible? It's absolutely free of charge. We feel like there are too many coaches out here charging a lot of money for nothing. You know what I mean? It's like, how is that, how do you sleep at night? So what we decided to do is just get in here and change the game. We just gonna give it to you. You can just have it, baby. The world is yours. The world is yours. Ain't that right, Cliff? My man, the icon is in the house. Yeah, what up, Morose? Spread the word. Everybody share this thing. We about to get busy. We about to get busy, y'all. Everybody share this thing. We about to get busy. All right, let's get it.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because we're going to bring the millionaire out of you.
Yeah.
Just hold on.
Everybody.
Please enter. You entered 6932. Please announce yourself. All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
Hey, appreciate that, Molly Mall. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope everybody's feeling incredible this morning. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm a revenue acceleration coach. I'm somebody who's dedicated to self-esteem development, starting with my own. And we're going to talk a little bit about that this morning. What's up, Vita? What's up, Jess? Jess done made it in. What's up, Diane? Chanel in the house. My man, Molly Mall. Yeah, we always discuss things to help you go further, faster, with less effort. That's the whole goal here, to increase the speed that you get to the money. Because what you got to realize, y'all, is that everybody gonna make $1 million. You make $25,000 a year for 40 years straight. You've made $1 million. But see, we want to make it a lot quicker than that. We want to go further, faster, with a lot less effort. And fortunately or unfortunately, there are laws that are in place. There are laws that need to come into your awareness level. You always hear me talk about how there's something called a lifestyle syntax. If you know anything about computer programming, a syntax is something where it's in a specific order. You can't remove the order. You can't switch it around and you start to throw that thing off. What's up, Aisha? Let's get it, Queen. Cindy in the house. Sade done made it in. So, a syntax means you can't take any of it out of order. So check this out. There's something called the lifestyle syntax that I think will be very valuable for you to write down in your notes. So do it right now. Check it out. The first part of the lifestyle syntax is lifestyle. What's up, Charlene? All right. Check it out. If you don't like your lifestyle, then what you have to do is look backwards at your results. If you don't like the style with which you're living, like the son walk into the room, ask his father for some money, and he just takes a $10 bill and throws it at his son and hits him in the head. All right, he figured out the money part, but he ain't figure out the style part, like your lifestyle. But if you don't like your lifestyle, if you had to give that $10 away so begrudgingly, right? You got to look backwards at your results. Now, your results are pretty important, right? But if you don't like your results, because at the end of the day, it all boils down to results. I want you to become a part of the religion of results. You know what I'm saying? Not just talking about it. Sometimes you got to slow down talking about it before you trick yourself into thinking you did something. You got to focus on results. Now, that's not to say you get attached to the results, because we want to fall in love with the process. But it is to say, if you don't like your lifestyle, then you got to look backwards at what you've actually accomplished. Are you working hard enough? Maybe you need to adjust your activity, which is the one right before that. Now, activity is what it's all about, right? But the thing is, activity is based on your attitude, which is number 4. And then your attitude is based on your philosophy. Your philosophy basically just boils down to what you know. Am I right, DeMarcus? It just boils down to what you know. And if you're going to make good decisions, if good ideas are going to occur to you, then you've got to work on what you know. You got to work on learning more so you can earn more. Am I making sense, Trina? So part of what you need to know are the universal laws of success and personal power. These universal laws of success and personal power have been collected and collated through the ages. I'm talking about from all the ancient wise men. I'm talking about you go back 2000 BC. Some of these ideas have been in the human consciousness. What I'm doing is just kind of delivering them to you this morning. You ready? So if you've been through 1 through 12, 13 through 24, and then 25 through 36, this is the next part in the series. This would be part 4. Universal laws of success, number 37. Number 37, y'all, is the law of communications. Somebody write that down. The law of communications. The law of communications. The law of communications. Somebody write that down and give me a share. The law of communications, y'all. The law of communications. What the law of communications says is that the quality of your relationships will be determined by the quality and quantity of your communication with other people. Good communication requires extended periods of time to build and maintain. That's the law of communications. What that says to us is that if we want to leverage this law to create better relationships, we need to focus on both the quality and the quantity of the communication that we have with the people that we want to be in stronger rapport with. Does that make sense, y'all? Law number 38, the law of attention. The law of attention. The law of attention is a good way to measure people's values, because the law of attention says you pay attention to that which you most love and value. The law of attention says you pay attention to that which you most love and value. You know, we've talked about this when we covered Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People, right? We were talking about how attentively listening to others is what builds trust. Attentively listening to others is what lets them know you love them, right? That they matter, that they are valuable. This is the foundation of a loving relationship. The law of attention. Somebody write this in the comments. Children spell love T-I-M-E. Isn't that deep? Children spell love T-I-M-E. Children don't spell love L-O-V-E. Children spell love T-I-M-E. That's the law of attention, y'all. Here's number 39. Everybody still with me? Here's number 39. The law of self-esteem. The law of self-esteem. Check this out, y'all. In the final equation, everything human beings do is for status. That's the law of self-esteem. Everything you're doing in life is either to increase or protect your self-esteem. This is why you tend to be happiest with people who make you feel valuable. You tend to be the happiest with people who make you feel important. But here's a little caveat to that, y'all. Check it out. The more you do to raise the self-esteem of somebody else, the more you like and respect yourself. This is the law of self-esteem. The law of self-esteem. If you want to understand how important self-esteem is, I want you to understand, I want you to picture it like you got some casino chips. Like you're there in the casino and you have a rack of chips in front of you. Anybody ever been to the casino? So check it out. Your self-esteem is like those casino chips. You know, if you have a bunch of them, you'll risk a couple of them on networking with this new person. You'll risk a couple of them on asking this person right there, where did they meet the contact that got them on that TV show? You'll risk a couple of chips right here to say, man, I really like those shoes. Where did you get those? You'll risk a couple of those chips to say, man, would it be okay if we came up with a plan to get out of here before we die? Right? All of a sudden, you're able to risk some of those chips because you got plenty more. But imagine you're down to your last three. If everything we do in the final equation is based around trying to protect or increase our self-esteem, what mode do you think we in if we only got a couple of chips? Are we going to risk that on asking this person to join our business? Are we going to risk that on asking this person who already bought from us for a referral? We probably aren't, because we can't risk it. We just ain't. That's why self-esteem is so important, y'all. That's why it's important for you to realize the more you do to raise the self-esteem of somebody else, the more you're going to like yourself, the more you're going to respect yourself. That's right, Trina. You get to get out of survival mode the more you realize it's about giving the energy, not taking it from others, not trying your best to soak it in, not being desperate for their attention and their validation. Just give some. If you need a friend, be a friend. If you need a friend, be a friend. Does that make sense, everybody? Here's number 40, the law of indirect effort. The law of indirect effort. Let's go. Let's go, Yeshua. Yeah, let's get it, bro. 317 in the house. The law of indirect effort. The law of indirect effort. What does that mean? You'll be more successful indirectly in relationships rather than directly. What does that mean? Again, if you want to have a friend, be a friend. If you want to impress other people, be impressed by them. This is the law of indirect effort. To develop and maintain really loving relationships, you got to become a loving person yourself. It's indirect, but it's so powerful. It's amazing. They call that the law of indirect effort. These are principles you will see throughout life, throughout existence, throughout creation. Here's number 41, the law of reverse effort. The law of reverse effort. What does that mean? You ever noticed that the people that want validation the most get it the least? You ever notice that? The law of reverse effort. The harder you try to force a relationship to work, the less successful it will be. It might be worth writing down. The harder you try to force a relationship to work, the less successful it will be. Relationships work best when you simply relax, when you're simply in a zone where you can be yourself, where you can simply enjoy the moment. You with me? You with me? Everybody with me? This is the law of reverse effort. Think about that. Here's number 42. Here's number 42. Yeah, just jot them down. Jot them in your power book. Jot them in your power book. Here's number 42. The law of identification. The law of identification. We got a big problem in society today, y'all. Hypersensitivity. Hypersensitivity. Check this out. Hypersensitivity is when you take everything personal. Hypersensitivity is when you take everything personal. Let them know, Vonda. Hypersensitivity is when you take everything personal. That's right, Jess. Let's go. Hypersensitivity is when you take everything personal. That is probably the biggest source of problems in relationships. Only by not identifying, by detaching, and then kind of viewing your relationship with somebody objectively, can you really enjoy it? Can you really be fully effective in it? If you're taking everything they say personally, Everybody write this down. The law the four agreements. The four agreements. Everybody write that down. The four agreements from Don Miguel Ruiz. Don Miguel Ruiz. It's this Toltec, it's this book of Toltec philosophy. He's damn near a shaman, right? But those four agreements, man, of always do your best, be impeccable with your word. Always do your best, be impeccable with your word. There's a third one, and then it's like never take it personal. What's the fourth one, y'all? Who read the four agreements? Always do your best, be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally, but never make assumptions. Appreciate that, Yeshua. Appreciate that, Yeshua. Never make assumptions is number 4. But all I'm saying is never take things personal. Don't take nothing personal because everything they do is about them, not you. Don Miguel Ruiz is the author. Don Miguel Ruiz, R-U-I-Z. Somebody spell that out for her. Don Miguel, like the singer Miguel, and then Ruiz, R-U-I-Z. Aisha, you can get it from YouTube. Matter of fact, you go to the YouTube channel. We cover the whole thing. You can find the audio book on YouTube. You got it, Queen. All right, so that's the law of identification. Here's number 43, the law of forgiveness. The law of forgiveness. The law of forgiveness, y'all. Check it out. Check it out. You are emotionally healthy to the exact degree to which you can freely forgive others for anything they might have did that hurt you in any way. You are only emotionally healthy. You ever heard you as sick as your secrets? You can only heal what you reveal. Well, here's another level to that. You're only as emotionally healthy to the degree which you can forgive other people who might have did something to hurt you before. The inability to forgive lies at the root of most people's unhappiness. Most people's misery is because they can't forgive, y'all. It leads to feelings of guilt. It leads to feelings of resentment. It leads to feelings of anger. It leads to feelings of hostility towards other people, all because you can't forgive. Check this out. Forgiveness is a gift you can only give to yourself. Think about that. Forgiveness is a gift. Oh, you think you're doing it for them, but do you know you're the one that reaps all the rewards? You walk around here so angry, and you're like, oh, and they walk around like, they don't even know that you pissed off. They don't even know that you somewhere bitter and crushed into dust. They somewhere mosey. Why? Because they didn't probably even do it on purpose, man. You know, they just walk around here doing the best they can, what they got. Do you know that everybody's fighting an invisible battle you know nothing about? They walk around here doing the best they can, what they got, man. Ain't it kind of silly for you to be all upset? Right? Yeah, those are the 4 agreements. Charlene came through. Appreciate that. Yeah, forgiveness is a gift you can only give yourself, Trina. Yeah, this is the author of the 4 agreements, everybody. Don Miguel Ruiz. Because I said go to YouTube, but buy the book. Buy the book. You know, support who supports you. The hole you give through is the same hole you receive through. You know what I'm saying? All right. Number 44, the law of reality. The law of reality. Check it out. What is the law of reality? Somebody type that out. The law of reality. We're about to get out of here. I got a couple more for you and then we gone. The law of reality. People don't change. So deal with them as they are. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Don't try to change other people. Don't expect them to change. What you see is what you get. This is the law of reality. Too many people deal with reality based on how it could be or how it should be or how they wish it was. What you got to learn to do is deal with reality based on reality. Do you hear me? Think about this. Unconditional acceptance of other people is the key to happy relationships. You got to love them or leave them alone. Because if you're expecting them to change before they're worthy of your, you know what I mean? You're setting yourself up. The law of reality. Here's number 45, the law of minimum effort. The law of minimum effort. Somebody jot that one down. The law of minimum effort. You always try to get the things you want with the very least effort possible. You always try to get the things you want with the very least effort possible. All technological advances are ways of getting greater output with less input. That's all technology is, a way to get greater output with less input, a way to go further faster with less effort. All human beings are therefore basically lazy, y'all. We're all seeking the easiest possible way at all times. Here's what you got to remember. Most times, the only shortcut is a straight path. We spend so much time trying to find a shortcut, we end up working harder than if we'd have just took the straight path. You know what I'm saying? Sirat al-Mustaqim. You know what I mean? The straight path. Yeah, you got to love them or leave them alone. That's it. That's it. Yeah, we get into it. Here's number 46. The law of maximization. The law of maximization. What do we mean by that? I hope everybody signed up for the newsletter. Make sure you go to millionaireminded.com. Every week, the newsletter is mindset, skill set, heart set. Mindset, skill set, heart set. Acknowledging it, nourishing it, cherishing it. You know what I mean? Mindset, skill set, heart set. But here's the law of maximization. You always try to get the very most in exchange for your time, the very most in exchange for your money, the very most in exchange for your effort or emotions. When given a choice between more or less for the same contribution, you're always going to choose more. If you understand that, you'll never suck at sales again. You just don't have an offer that is irresistible enough. You're depending on your company to create your irresistible offer. If you're selling business credit and you just want to sell it to truckers, why don't you have a free report that tells truckers how to get their second truck with no money down? Or a free report that shows them how to make sure that they avoid getting that trucker's belly? Why don't you have a free report that goes with your business credit that makes it irresistible? Because you're not following the law of maximization. That's why. People are there for people are basically greedy in everything they do. This ain't good, this ain't bad. This is just reality. See what I did there? It's just reality. If you need more tips on creating an irresistible offer, get involved in the Kaizen Academy. That little $44 a month tuition ain't nothing. That's less than $2 a day, man. Stop playing. All right, here's law number 47, the law of expediency. The law of expediency. Y'all know Expedia? The law of expediency. You always try to get the things you want as quickly and easily as possible with minimum regard to secondary consequences. You just want what you want now. Amazon Prime ain't enough. We want Amazon now. Send me the food, put it in my mouth, chew it for me, right? Pull it out of me, flush it for me, right? Ain't that where we gonna be in a couple of years? I got that from this comedian named Ronnie. He's like, now, Amazon, next day, I want it now. That's how we are in America. You tend to follow the path of least resistance in everything you do. Right? That's the law of expediency. Here's the last one I'm gonna give you today. The law of duality. The law of duality, y'all. The law of duality. You always give one of two reasons for doing anything. The reason it sounds good, and then the real reason. That's the law of duality, y'all. The reason it sounds good is always uplifting and noble. You know what I'm saying? The real reason is because your action is the fastest and easiest way to get what you want right now. That's the real reason. But the reason you give always sounds all, you know what I mean? Check this out. All the nuns is in church. All the nuns is in church, baby. Look at people's motives, because all the nuns is in church. All right, this affirmation time. I hope that was good. That was all 48. I ain't got time to give you more. We kind of went like 5 minutes over. It's like we went like 6-7 minutes over. It's all good, though. It's all good. I love y'all. It was worth it. It was worth it. It was worth it. Colin, let's try affirmations. These are the same affirmations I said. I talked myself into being worth $1 million. You know what I'm saying? I talked myself into it. Just affirmations. It's like every morning I wake up and say the same thing. And I would do it just like this. I'd still be sleepy. Like, I am now a millionaire. And then my mind start kicking in like, no, you ain't. Oh, yes, I am. Now. Because there's no, yesterday is history. Tomorrow's a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. If I ordered that pair of shoes, I'd be like, I own them shoes. And the shoes ain't get to me yet, but I own them. Why? Because it's bought and paid for. Why? Because I put in the work, right? I went and discovered that dream. I went and paid for that dream. And now that dream is underway. So I'm going to say I got it now. You know what I'm saying? If the phone line tries to call you, then all you do, man, is text call me to the same number. That's all you do. Text call me to the same number. I repeat after me, say it like you mean it. Appreciate y'all playing along. Here we go. I am so happy and grateful that money comes to me easily and